Hello everyone, it's Nicole here, and I'm here inside today because it's so windy. I thought I need to vlog because it's one of those things that I enjoy doing, and now the wind has come. So, guess what? I'm going to try to see how it sounds, how it looks. I'm a little bit disappointed, but I'm not going to let it get me down. I'm here drinking my water, of course, staying hydrated, getting some vitamin D via the conservatory. So I'm just here to touch base with you. I decided to vlog on a Saturday morning. This time it's a long bank holiday weekend, and I was a little bit busy yesterday with work, so I didn't have the time to do my lunchtime vlog. But yeah, it's one of those things that, you're vlogging and you're learning and you're growing. So yeah, I'm here today. And the topic for today is about being careful. And when you say be careful, what does that even mean? Be careful of what? Be careful of who? Why? You know. So sometimes you have to kind of put it into context. So the context of my vlog today is about being careful how you live, how you treat people, that kind of thing. Yeah, not the overcautious, careful, because that's not what I represent. I represent being forthright, speaking your mind if you feel safe to do so. So yes, so yeah, be careful. Careful how you live, be careful of the decisions you make, be careful of how you treat people. And this thing about how you treat people, it says so much about you, the way you treat people. The way you treat people. And I'm not talking about people who can help, I'm talking about people who can't help you. And you still treat them decently because you're a decent human being. That's very, very important. So yeah, it's sunny, it's windy. Wow. See, yeah, how you treat people, because the people who you see on your way up are the people who you'll see on your way down, and how you treated them in the past can come back to help you or hinder you. So yes, it's lovely, isn't it? Even through the glass, I can still feel the sunshine. It's wonderful. So yeah, our ancestors were wise though, because they have so many proverbs that they have passed down to us that we need to now pass down to our children and their children about the importance of making good decisions and being careful. So yeah, the first one that I have is about, and it's relevant for COVID, is early to bed, early to rise keeps a young man or woman healthy, wealthy, and wise. That thing is so true, because by getting a good night's sleep and getting up early, so you don't overdo it, but you know what your body needs. It keeps you healthy. Yeah, the health benefits of sleep have been noted. You're wealthy because you're healthy, and remember, health is the new wealth. And also because you're more productive by getting up early, when your creative juices are flowing and your mind is bright and alert. You're able to be productive and make good decisions. So it can create wealth, and it makes you wise because you are able to be in touch with nature. You are able to self-actualize and grab opportunities because you're more energetic. And so early to bed, early to rise really, really does keep one healthy, wealthy, and wise. And some people are naturally lazier than others, or some people need less sleep. So it all varies. You do what is needed for your body. Yeah, so yeah, about being careful. And another one that our ancestors passed down to us was about an ounce of prevention is better than a pound of cure. Yeah, man. You see, when you can catch something early, that's fine. No point crying over spilled milk. What's done is done. So yeah, ounce of prevention better than a pound of cure. Even with your health, Yeah, you can keep yourself healthy rather than trying to treat an illness. We know that's so much easier. That's why we're self isolating, as a matter of fact, because we're trying to prevent rather than have to treat COVID. That is, we don't even know much about it still. See, an ounce of prevention is better than a pound of cure. Another wise one about being careful is a stitch in time saves nine. That one, I think it's all cultures will get that. So when something is unraveling and you can prevent it, it's better for you. It's less work. It's almost like the prevention and the cure one I was still about a stitch in time saves nine. You might do it early so you might have less to do. Wonderful ancestors we have. And I think sometimes you wonder what they've been through to know all these things. And we would have listened to it through young ears. And that's why I say wisdom is lost on the youth. Because the things that we've been told, that is only when we get older that we accept and appreciate it. If we were, we can't question how life works sometimes still because it will blow your mind. But suppose we were to know all these things when we were young, man. We say go. Stress is a killer still, so you can't worry about these things because stress has been noted to cause all kind of illness. A lot of the illnesses that we have are stress based, and we can only do what we need to do to relieve our stress and prevent our stress. As I say, prevent it better than trying to cure it. Because when you're stuck with the illness already, it can be very hard, as we know, very, very hard. So yeah, man. The earliest calf suck the most milk. Another one is humble calf suck the most milk, as we say in Jamaica. Yeah. How you treat people and how you're kind to people and you're humble and all of that. People gravitate to that. Some people will never understand, but people will go the extra mile for you. They'll want to know what you think because you represent humility and hope. So yeah, that's just one of those things in life, that the humblest calf suck the most milk. And if you're not up early, by the time you get up out of bed, the milk might be done. So you need to grab opportunities when they come. Yeah. Be careful, but not too careful. Because I firmly believe that risk is good in life. And our ancestors, my ancestors, the Maroons, were risk takers. We didn't just sit there and take beating or fight until all of us die. We run away. You do what you need to do and you come out. And you need to apply that in your life now. And sometimes it's better to seek forgiveness than ask permission. Because in terms of being careful, we can be over careful. And we have to be careful about not being too careful. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. You have to be careful that you're not too careful. Because sometimes you are in a position where you can make a difference. And because you're so careful and worried about the repercussions or whatever, you don't do it. So I think sometimes the ends justify the means in terms of us being careful. We mustn't harm anyone. So harm no one, but let no one harm you. That's a fair enough way to go through life. Harm no one, let no one harm you. But be careful. Be careful how you live. Because karma and retribution and all of that negative stuff is real. So yeah, a stitch in time saves nine. An ounce of prevention is better than a pound of cure. The earliest calf or the humblest calf suck the most milk. Early to bed, early to rise keeps a young man or woman healthy and wise. Healthy, wealthy and wise. Wow. So there's a lot of things happening in the world that we need people who think differently to give their perspective. And someone messaged me last night to say that they watched me on the TV this week and that they are inspired to do more. And they want to know how they can get involved to do more. And that was someone who maybe before a week ago or so wasn't interested or didn't see the need to do any more than what they were doing, because maybe they were doing all they could. But there's a spark that's been lit. And sometimes in life, people who are trailblazers, I've found, they will When you're blazing a trail, you're not going where the path is. So naturally, you're going to be encountering bushes and thorns and all sorts because you are the trailblazer. You are going somewhere, a path less trodden. So in it goes with the territory that you're going to get knocks and all of that. But at the end of the day, you ask yourself, why am I doing this and why am I here? And it's very profound when you can say, I am here so that people who are behind me don't have to face the thorns and the bushes that I've had to face. And when you're in that position, there are days when you don't feel like you want to be blazing a trail because you're human and you want to just go on the path that everybody's going on. It's nice and comfortable, but comfortable is not always good. And remember, we needed people to blaze some trails for us so that we could be here on some paths. So sometimes if you have to do a detour and blaze some trails, you blaze the trails, but you don't wear yourself out. So yeah, when I got that message, I was inspired myself, because I thought, wow, that person has never sent that kind of message to me. So now you know that we have people who are looking and watching, and when you are a role model, you have to be very careful. And I did an interview this week for Nurses and Midwives Talk with my dear friend Dr. Ruth, and we talked about careers and stuff, and there are similarities in our stories, and our stories need to be told. And until the lion tells its own story, tales of the hunt will always glorify the hunter. And that is really an African proverb that I hold on to because I'm a storyteller. I tell stories through my poems, my blog, my vlog, my podcast, my social media, and through WhatsApp and things like that. I am a storyteller, so I'm very much an advocate for telling the story from a lived experience. I can only talk about what I know. I am not in a position to talk about what I don't know. I know it sounds a bit silly to say that, but it has to be said. It has to go on record. I can only talk about what I know, and what I know on my lived experience is valid. It is valid, and I share it, and I don't force anyone to agree, and I don't engage too much in conversations about it too often. Not because I'm not equipped to have an intellectual debate, but just because sometimes I preserve my energy for other things, like inspiring other people to message me to say thank you for speaking for us. People who I don't know, who feel that sometimes they can't speak for themselves, and they look to people like me who are trailblazers, who are pioneers, who are getting the knocks to keep speaking up, and they acknowledge that it's hard, so they're not deluded and they're not naive, but they know that actually you've started on a journey, and you're making a difference, and they tell me to carry on. So yeah, I will carry on. I promise. I'll take different forms because I'm not a puppet, and I have never been a puppet, and sometimes you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. I had someone from a BME background this week troll me to say that I am making it look as if black people are not able to think for themselves, and why would I need a white person to tell me about wearing a mask and all of that. And I get it from white people who say, here we go again, race is you. So you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. But Bob Marley said very eloquently that my life is to help enough people. And if my life cannot help plenty people, then me no want it. And I know a lot of people is like, oh, you didn't say that. Yeah, I did. And I feel very strongly that I am an advocate for others. I need people to advocate for me. And, it's one of those the irony of that. But I don't think it's very surprising. You know, people who are giving sometimes need help in terms of helping themselves as well. Because nobody's perfect. But you see, this thing about helping other people and speaking out for other people, it is in my DNA. It is something that has come from my paternal ancestors, that we will speak up. We will say what's on our mind. We will be articulate. We will be bold. We will be courageous. I call it Team ABC. Yeah, where was I? My husband knocked himself out. You know that split second when he says let him in, you just think, okay, he's in the house now. So yeah, I was talking about the articulate, bold, and courageous side of life, and being trailblazers, and being careful but not being too careful. You know, positioning yourself and working with God. And all I do is with good intention, and it's motivating other people, and those are the people that I am here for. And they are important people, because these are the people who are going to be the leaders of the future, and they need to see that their views matter, their lived experiences matter, and that they have a voice, and that, as I've said before, they are empowered and enabled. And you know, we don't operate with this chip on our shoulder, but at the same time, uncomfortable truths need to be heard. Yeah, the elephant in the room will not be ignored. So yeah, you know, we're the rebels. We're not troublemakers, but we are rebels, and we rebel because it's like our purpose in life to rebel. We're very nice and humble, but at the same time, we've been on such an amazing journey called life, that it would be really unfair not to share and be outspoken and be bold, because you can't preach something and then do something else. You'll be a hypocrite. And you know, all of this has taught us that at the end of life, at the end of the day, you look back at your life and you will either be really happy that you went for it, or you will be really sad that you didn't. And believe me, I'm going to be looking at the end of my life and thinking, I did, I came, I showed up, I grabbed life, I made mistakes, I learned, I grew, and I inspired other people, and it's a life that has been well spent. And when you can look at your life at this stage and know that that's what you're for, it's really empowering and liberating, because you know that you'll make wise decisions, you'll be careful, but you'll be careful about not being too careful. So yeah, you know, I'm going to edit this vlog because there have been a few interruptions, so bear with us on that. But I think the message has been very important at this juncture for us to just pause and think about why we're here, what we do, the decisions we make, and how we treat people. So until next time, drop me a line. Please subscribe, because I have been sharing quite a few videos, and I just want to ensure that the message is getting out. And if you think that you know someone who needs to hear it for whatever reason, that they need that little bit of inspiration, share it with them and ask them to subscribe as well. So it's Nicole McIntosh, Fellow of the Royal Society of Arts, nurse, among other things. You know, I'm dealing with the healing arts of poetry, and in future vlogs will touch a bit about that and share more poems. I think I'm going to start sharing more poems. They're quite powerful, you know, quite powerful, and each person interprets them in a different way. So until next time, look after yourself, be articulate, be bold, be courageous, be respectful of others, harm no one, and let no one harm you. Until next week, have a blessed weekend. Peace.